You know what? Before I forget anything, might as well talk about it, right? So, a part of me is glad that Sugiyama is trying hard to get Kaneki back. Me as well. I mean, the whole thing about Kaneki, that was his body and his memories were just erased or something. I'm like, okay, but at the same time, I just want Kaneki back. I don't want this fraudulent bitch ass dude, Sasaki Haise, bro. I don't care about him. I'm sorry. People might say, "Well, what about Sasaki Haise? Like, what if he ends up like? Do you want him to be wiped out just because of all of that? You'd rather like if you had the option, if you had the choice to bring back Kaneki, but at the cost of Sasaki Haise being erased from like people from like people forget about him. I don't care. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I just want Kaneki back, bro. I want Kaneki back. And look, calm myself down first. Calm myself down first, okay? Because I want to talk about a few things. I was like, okay, might as well talk about it right before I forget about it. I haven't finished episode 9, but all I want to say is that look, the all the other investigators, I don't care about them. Okay, the whole thing with Sasaki Haise and his little crew over here, I don't care about them. I still don't. 9 episodes in, and I don't have an ounce. If one of them dies right now, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I really am sorry. But I don't have any connections with these characters. Like the thing is, I'm the only reason why I have some kind of connection to, and I say some kind of connection towards Anteku. Toka, Yomo, Hinami, especially Hinami, because I feel like Hinami is one of the few characters that I'm like, I think she can get away with it. Toka, I guess she can as well. But like all the other guys, wait, what do I even mean by that? She can get away. Like what was it? Like something about Kaneki, I guess. I don't know. I'm losing my brain. I'm losing my mind. I just don't look. Oh, I meant like dying. Yeah, I feel like okay. I'm fine with like Hinami and Toka. Like if they ever get in a very problematic situation and it involves their lives being at stake, I might feel something. But if it's somebody outside of that, like maybe Uta, I'm sorry, I don't really like a lot of this. The only reason why I've quote unquote connected with the Anteku members was because of the time I've spent watching this anime. For season 1 and season 2, we've had the most time. Like I'm not connected to them because of emotion. I'm connected to them because of time. I'm connected to them because we spent the most time with them. So that's a difference. Here, I'm not even connected with any of them. I'm not connected with Sasaki Heise's little crew over here. Shirazu, Saiko, Uri, and Mutsuki. I don't care about them. I really don't. Like, what about Akira, right? Something about Amon as well. I mean, Akira assumed that maybe Amon, like Takesawa, turned into a ghoul. Surely, there's that expectation of maybe Amon, man, maybe it could be. But it would be interesting to finally see if Amon's actually alive, and if he is alive, I want to know what kind of person he is. But I think that's for me to see in the future, not for me to worry about now. What I want to talk about now is that little moment where Sukiyama was able to talk to Kaneki. Well, he's not Kaneki. I kept on telling myself that's not Kaneki, bro. You cannot convince me otherwise. But to Sukiyama, he's like, it's Kaneki, man. It's Kaneki. It's Kaneki. He went up to Sasaki, and then he was like, "Oh, you like books?" And then Sasuke was like, "Oh, I like to read at this time." Man, shut the fuck up, man. You're not Kaneki, bro. Fucking acting like him, you bitch ass, fucking stupid ass, fucking man. Oh man, you're bro. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Going back to what I was saying, Tsukiyama's like, "Oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's literally like Kaneki. Kaneki was like he reads this at this exact time. Oh my gosh." I have more knowledge about you now, Kaneki, and you probably don't know, or yeah, you probably don't know this, Kaneki. I have more knowledge of you right now. And then he goes and asks Sasaki about Tatsuki Sen, right? That was her name, Tatsuki Sen. I guess that's her pen name, right? The owl. He was like, oh, so you like Tatsuki Sen, right? And he was like, no. I don't like Tatsuki-san because the protagonist always has people die around him. So, I don't like, I don't really like her works. And then Tsukiyama is like, what? What? Oh my gosh, bro. And he starts like freaking out. He's like, calm down, calm down. And then to me, how I reacted to that scene was exactly, he's not him. He'll never be Kaneki. He'll never be. That guy will never be Kaneki. Sasake Haise, the fraud that he is. I don't care about him. I really don't. I really don't. Erase this fucker. I want Kaneki back, bro. I just want. I don't even care if Kaneki is like some. I don't care if he's still gonna be weak. I don't care if he still has weakness. I don't care if he's gonna act all freaking emo and shit. I just want him back. I just want him back. I swear. I swear. If you do not, if I don't ever, if Kaneki never comes back, and I have right in front of me this fraudulent bitch ass freaking, what is this, frizzy curly whatever kind of hair that he has, like, man, who I don't like this dude. I really don't like this dude. I do not like Sasaki Haise, bro. It's funny because this dude hasn't done anything wrong. In fact, he's feeling bad for what's the Maru? That was the name? I don't even care. One of the butlers of Tsukiyama gets caught by one of the investigators, the weird Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall motherfucker. I was like, okay, like, you're trying to show me that you're like Kaneki, like, you're telling me shit like, oh, they're going too far, like this. And the fact that one of the higher brass like people was talking to the investigator who caught the butler, they were like, well, don't you know, like, this is against countermeasure law or something? I think that's referring to them to have laws about torturing, even ghouls, like they still have that sort of thing. So, I was more surprised about the fact that they had one in the first place. I didn't think they would have because this world just didn't make any sense in the first place. It's like okay, I can see this thing being an actual thing, but up until now, that's the first time I've ever heard of it in season 3. Like surely in season 2 they would have, but they didn't. They didn't. So there you go. I don't really care about Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and all the other like the CCG has never been so unlikable. Has never been so like never been. I can never feel so attached to any of these characters of the CCG. Like none of them. I don't feel any of it. Even Juzo, bro. It's so funny because in season 2, I was low key liking Juzo because he went up against the two ghouls. The the girls who ended up turning into ghouls. Like originally they were investigators and now they became ghouls. I was like, oh man, I was low key rooting for Judo there, but now it's just like after everything that's happened up until the end of season 2, and then now with everyone else seeming like seemingly acting as if season 2 just never happened. It's like I don't like any of y'all. I do not like even Anteku, Aogirichi. Like I feel like the only person who acts kind of the same is Ayato. I think Ayato, but he's changing. He's starting to care for people. He's starting to care for Hinami. Brody, I didn't even mention about that. You telling me Ayato has a thing for Hinami? Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. How old is Ayato? Because I swear Hinami in season 2 was just a kid. Ayato was not a kid, right? So, but he barely grew. Like he still looks like the same age. So I probably did not catch it right. So Toka is the older sister then, and Ayato was the younger brother. I was a little bit confused. I thought they were like twins or something because they kind of look like twins. So maybe they were like the same age or something, but they're not. Apparently, they're not. So I mean, this was the only time I'm ever gonna be talkative, just because I was able to sleep really nicely. But again, by the end of this season, of not the season, but the first core, I probably would act a lot more different. You'll probably see the expression I used to always pull out whenever I talk about this show, right? When it's like near the end, it's always like this. There's like this pattern now, right? From in season 1, I was like, oh my gosh, bro, like this is interesting. This is interesting learning about the world of Tokyo Ghoul and how things work and how Kaneki wrestles with him. that now he's a ghoul. Oh my gosh, I missed that. And I want to go back to that. I want to go back to that. That felt way more genuine because that was like they were going through it. That's the thing I wanted to comment as well. Yeah, I might as well just dump everything here, right? Like, what about freaking the other ghouls, the Quincays, not Quincays, Quinxes? Like, aren't they supposed to have the desire for flesh? It just seems like we just threw it out of the building now. It's like, yeah, I guess they had like inhibitors or something that made it so that the Quinxes don't have any sort of desire for flesh, which uh I don't know. That's one of the main things why Kaneki was like that in the first place. But I guess they just don't have that anymore. I probably researched it. So, why couldn't they research ghouls as well instead of doing this BS that keeps them like circling around like, oh yeah, we'll one up you with better weapons. The other side may get better weapons, better kagunes. Oh, we'll get better quinkes, and then we'll also get like quinxes, hybrids of like ghouls, and it's just like, whatever, Brody, whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying about season one, right? Season one, it was Kaneki and him wrestling with the fact that he's now a ghoul and learning about the world of Tokyo Ghoul, and then episode 12, bang, it hits you. With season two, it was like from episode 1 to 8. It was like I'm barely in it. I'm barely attached to any of the characters. I'm just not emotionally invested in the story. Not necessarily the characters. I could still have some kind of emotion. Even if it's a small uh type of emotion, I could still have it when I see any of the characters. But during this time, I wasn't as emotionally invested as season one. But guess what? Season two pulls up that shit out of nowhere. Amon, Amon's fate and Hide. I was like, oh man, I was absolutely distraught, bro. I was destroyed there by the end of season two. And now with season three, I'm expecting the same thing to happen. I'm expecting, I'm just gonna watch through this and feel all broken because of the fact that we don't have Kaneki anymore, and I'm just not attached to any of these characters. And then bang, something happens in episode 11 or 12 or maybe even 10, as early as 10, and something about Kaneki. It has to be Kaneki because if any of the members of Sasaki's team dies, I'm not gonna cry for any of them. I'm 9 episodes in. I'm not gonna be crying for them. But if it has anything to do with Kaneki, okay, anything to do with Kaneki, or even Anteku having to do with Kaneki, right? You best bet, I am gonna shed some tears. I will. Okay, but it's just a matter of will they actually do that or not? They might go down a different route. But that's the main thing about this season, about this core. Where the fuck is Kaneki? I want Kaneki back. I want Kaneki back. And it's also I might as well check this in, right? Fine, fine. Don't whatever. Okay, what I was trying to say was Tsukiyama. Might as well comment about it, right? Tsukiyama ends up getting information about Sasaki Haise. The first picture that he gets sent was a picture of him, of Haise. And then he was like, "Oh my gosh, it really is Kaneki Ken." When I was looking at that picture, man, shut the fuck up. That's that's that bitch ass fraud who has the face of Kaneki. I don't even feel like that's the face of Kaneki. It just feels like a different person altogether. Who to me, the way I see it, he just ripped up Kaneki, put his powers into him, just took advantage of him, and then just threw him away like the fucking fraud that Heise is, man. And I was like, the whole time I was like, yeah, that's still not Kaneki to me. But Tsukiyama was elated. He was like, oh my gosh, it is Kaneki. But I was like, just wait for when they send him another photo. Let me tell you, like, if they sent, I was telling myself this, if they send another photo, which they did, they send a second photo. They send Tsukiyama a second photo. I was telling myself, I swear, this If this isn't a photo of the OG, of the original Kaneki, I don't care. I don't care. The butler of Tsukiyama, I look, I don't even remember any of their names. They didn't leave a lasting impression on me. That's how anime and me getting into all these sort of things work. If I don't really remember your name, and I'm not compelled to remember any of your actions, or I'm not too compelled to remember any of your emotions even, then that means you did not leave a mark on me. I'm not gonna remember your name. It's as simple as that. So the butler brought the photo brought the photo to Sukiyama, and it was the original. It was the original Kaneki. Even that was like, I was so happy just to see Kaneki. Like I'm like I just miss Kaneki, man. I just miss Kaneki. That even seeing his season 1 version, I'd rather seeing that than whatever the fuck that mockery of a Kaneki Sasaki Haise was. So I'm just glad I was able to see that face of Kaneki again. The missing, even though it was just a missing poster. I just want him back. I want Kaneki back. Okay, I gotta finish episode 9 and then go to episode 10, 11, 12. Who knows? I might not actually make a video in the next upcoming episodes, but I'm not counting on it. I kind of wish that I'll just make a video by episode 12, but we'll see.